What's up, y'all? My name is Jeff Lightsy Jr. here with Brothers on Sports, Boss Sports Network. Right now, I'm here to convince you on why Johnny Manziel is the greatest college football player to ever touch the field. Not most exciting, and I'm not saying he's the best quarterback to ever play. I'm not saying he's the most exciting player, but he's the best pure college football player to ever play the game. And here's the reasons why I say this. Okay, in 2 years, Johnny Manziel, not only did he win the Heisman as a redshirt freshman, the first person to ever do that, but also he been able to amount nearly 10,000 total yards in just 2 years and over 100 touchdowns. Also, in his 2 years, Johnny Manziel was able to lead Texas A&M, a team that was just mediocre in the Big Ten, switch over to the SEC and win 20 games as a 2-year starter. I mean, that's just amazing in itself in the first 2 years in the SEC. Also, I mean, the things Johnny Manziel does on the football field have just never been done before. If you watch the game against his bowl game against Duke, which was potentially his final game as a college football player, I mean, the plays he made, especially in the second half, where he had 382 passing yards in the game and 73 rushing yards and accounted for 5 touchdowns and leading Texas A&M back from a 38 to 17 deficit at halftime, and he led them all the way back to get the W. Now, the players, you might say, Jeff, you're crazy. There's so many great college football players, yada, 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 all that. But anyway, the 3 players that I can make a valid argument for are Reggie Bush, Barry Sanders, and Tim Tebow. Those are the 3 players that you probably would have your best argument for against Johnny Manziel. Now, Archie Griffin did win 2 Heismans, but that was in a different era. It wasn't the same, So you guess you could say him too, but those are the 3 you can get your best argument out of me from. And I'm gonna tell you why he's better than those 3. Okay, Reggie Bush and Barry Sanders, they're running backs. They're really only one-dimensional players that can just tote the rock. You can catch it out the backfield, and you can return kicks, which is pretty good to help Reggie Bush out a lot. That's what made him pretty exciting too. And Reggie Bush averaged 9 yards a carry. Let's not get that wrong. And Barry Sanders had 2,600 yards rushing at 39 touchdowns. I mean, that's pretty amazing in itself. But the reason why Johnny is better than those 2 is because he was able to impact the game even more than they did. And people say that the SEC is the best talent, is the next best league next to the NFL. You got the AFC, NFC, and then the SEC. Okay, if that's the case, then Johnny Manziel was doing it against the best pure talent in all of college football. He was able to over nearly 10,000 yards and all those touchdowns against the best players in college football. It's not like he was going out doing it against some scrubs. He was out here doing it against the best of the best, the next best NFL players. And then in his 2 bowl games, he accounted for 9 touchdowns and 900 yards. Let that sink in for a second. 9 touchdowns and over 900 yards in 2 bowl games. That's pretty almost 1,000 yards in 2 games. And then in his 2 years, not only did he lead Texas A&M to 20 wins in their new home in the SEC, 20 wins when they were just a little brother in the Big Ten. He led them to 20 wins. He also won a Heisman and defeated Alabama. And if it wasn't, and dropped over 40 points on the maybe soon-to-be national champions Auburn Tigers this year, and dropped over 40 on the Alabama Tigers this year. And maybe if it wasn't for that pitiful, just god-awful defense, he might even be playing for a national championship right now, because you cannot say it was Johnny's fault they lost those games this year. So, have any arguments you have to say to me, just tweet me at JLIGHTSY7, JLightsy7, or you can hit me up on Facebook, Jeff Lightsy Jr., or you can Facebook, Boss Sports Network. Leave your comments below on the Facebook page. I'll be interacting with all of you guys. Thanks for watching. This is Jeff Lightsy for Boss Sports. Peace.